All right, folks. So I'm gonna get us started on this journey of the virtual book party now. So previously, Kara and I had put a ton of time and effort into organizing these amazing parties in downtown Boston for the first two books when they came out. Some of you I know were there. Those were the good old days. And luckily, I was going to do something in Portland and in Boston for this book, but luckily I hadn't even gotten around to planning before everything shut down. So that spared some disappointment. And this is actually great because I know, like Kim just said, there's a lot of you here who I wouldn't get to see otherwise. So it just means a lot to me. Thank you so much for showing up for this. And I'm so excited to share this book with you, and also want to share my friend Kim Povey with you, who's here tonight. And she is the director of the Boston Ayurveda School. So after we make our cocktail and have our toast, she's going to be giving out some information about the programs in the Boston Ayurveda School, which she's done a lot and really reorganized the way that the education works. So she'll be talking about a new program called the Personal Ayurveda Immersion, which can be done from anywhere, as well as the Ayurvedic Health Counselor Program. Do you just want to pop in and say a quick hi?
I will. I'd love to. Let me just pop in and say hello to you. Thank you so much for being on the call tonight. I'm so excited to be here to celebrate Kate's new book, and so excited to work with her and our faculty and to share with you the exciting programs we have coming up for the fall. So after Kate's presentation, I'll be happy to share a presentation and answer any questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. And so we'll go probably till about 7:30 together with the cocktail and all that. And then Kim will take it from there. There's another person I'd like to give a shout out to, who I see here, who is the photographer for the books, Kara Frostrom. Do you want to say a quick hi? Anything?
Hi. That's it. That's all I have to say. This is great. This is good. Yeah. Thanks all for being here, everyone. I photographed all three of Kate's books, and it's so great to make everything and see it all come together. It's been incredible.
Thanks, Kara, for popping in. Yeah, this is an example right here of her amazingness. The cover shots of this book, which I'll have you know that this is me, and we shot this here in the house in Maine, just for the cover, which was fun. So I will tell you a little bit about the book and just share. I'd like to just read a couple pages of the reader's note, which is where I address the readers directly. And I do have my chat box open, so I have you guys in gallery view so I can see all your amazing faces, which is, I love that. And if you want to pipe up and just say hi, or, you know, my kids are screaming, I have to go, or anything like that, I'll see it in the chat box, just so you know that you can, you have the opportunity to kind of connect in that way. So without further ado, we're going to make a special drink for our toast together. So some of you may have got all the ingredients and you're raring to go, which would be awesome. And it's from the first book, the Everyday Ayurveda Cookbook. And the drink we're going to make is the Cucument Mocktail, right? Which is on, you got probably the ingredients when you registered, but it's on page 186. And I've been doing a lot of cooking classes online, which is actually really fun. I'm really enjoying that. And it's a great way to see people and stay connected. So those of you who know me know that I actually love to make drinks, like pretty special drinks. So I thought, let's do it. Let's make something together. So the ingredients we're going to need for this project here, I have these two crazy looking cucumbers, which are from our friend's garden. So these are huge. If your cucumbers aren't that big, it still counts. So this is gonna make 2 pretty good sized glasses. So 2 cucumbers, and you are going to need 2 sprigs of mint, which anywhere in New England right now, the mint is just going nuts. So it's an awesome time to use your mint. This is a great drink to use it. And we're gonna need the juice of 1 lime, as well as a little extra for a garnish if you wanna make lime slices to go on your glass. And we will use coconut water as the liquid. So let me grab my coconut water out of the fridge. All right. So the first thing we're gonna need to do is get these cucumbers ready. So that's probably the most work in this recipe. So we're gonna have to peel them, which these ones have a very thick skin, so wish me luck. Oh good, it's working. And the peel and the seeds on a cucumber are the part that can be kind of hard to digest. So if you get the burps from cucumbers, you'll want to prepare them in this way, no matter how you're going to use them. This is looking like really great cucumber, actually. I heard that the seeds are really big. When I'm using cucumbers in salads and in raita, I like to leave strips of the skin on because it looks really pretty. But it will make this drink incredibly bitter if we put any skin in it. So we will want to get rid of that. And we'll chop the ends off. Cut it lengthwise. And all this right here, we definitely don't need that in our drink. So the best way to seed a cucumber is just to go right down the middle with your spoon. And we'll just pull out all those seeds, and I'll put them in the compost. Okay. Trying not to get too much of this on my book. Amazing, like how little cucumber actually you are left with when you do this whole thing. There we go. All right, super juicy. Dump this. So I will coarsely chop that and put it in the carafe of the blender. I'll be using a Vitamix today, which is super high speed. So it's gonna like pulverize whatever you put in it. But the great thing about this drink is that even with a regular old blender, you can absolutely do it. You might just need to make your cucumber chunks a little bit smaller. So because this is a huge cucumber, I think I'm just going to use the one. If you had normal cucumbers, they wouldn't be that big. So you can use 2. All right, got that. And we are going to blend that along with the mint and 1 cup of the coconut water. So I kept a couple little cute sprigs that I'm going to use to garnish the drink. And you'll want to pull your leaves off here. And we'll put those in the carafe. There's going to be a lot of liquid in that cucumber, but not so much sweetness. So that's what you get with the coconut water. Makes a really nice blend of things. All right, so now 1 cup of coconut water. Give it a shake first. goes in the carafe with the mint and the cucumber. All right, so now we're gonna muddle that. We're gonna blend it all up together. So take your carafe over to the blender, and the recipe does say for 1 minute, but in a Vitamix, it will take like 10 seconds, right? So I'll be back in 10 seconds. All right. So as promised, the ingredients have been pulverized, right? See, I like to not pulverize it completely so that you do have some little chunks of mint in the glass, which Kara did nicely in the picture, right? So it's just more fun when it looks like that. So mine is, it's got these little flecks in it. So now we will add the lime juice and the rest of the coconut water. Again, in a Vitamix, you could add these all at the same time. So those of you who haven't cooked with me before, you might be blown away by this, what I'm about to show you. This is how to juice citrus fruit, right? So first I like to squeeze it a little bit, right? Soften it up. But you know how then you're like, oh geez, how do I get that out of there? So you put your spoon in the center and simply turn the lime. And this works with lemons too. You just have to put a little strainer over your bowl to catch the seeds. But those of you who know about Ayurveda already, you know that the lime has a different quality than the lemon. Lemons tend to be a little bit heating, so we often reach for lime in the summer instead. And lime will not aggravate the acid stomach in the way that lemon may for some people. So you can see this excellent juicing technique here, which it leaves no juice behind, right? It's like completely finished. So I'm going to add that to the carafe, along with another cup of the coconut water. And we're gonna blend it again. We're just gonna whiz it really quick just to kind of get everything mixed up together, that's all. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we've got this really nice kind of mint green, which makes sense because it's mint. All right, so the liquid is all ready to go right there. Now comes my favorite part. So Shireen, you're asking what kind of Vitamix I have. I have the 7200, which is actually the highest powered Vitamix that they make. And it's the old school kind, so it still has the dial on it. The new ones have like digital numbers, which is kind of cool actually, because it will tell you how many seconds you've been blending. But for our Ayurveda students out there, if you're getting into making takra, which I talk about in my new book, if that's new to you, if you're making takra, the 7200 is the best blender, actually. So the fun part now will be to garnish the drink and prepare in the glasses. So I have for Rich and my partner Rich will come out and share this toast with us, our fine double wall Bodum insulated glasses. So 2 ice cubes as called for in the recipe. So everyone's like, oh, Ayurveda says no ice. What is she doing? Right? So the thing about ice is that if it's very hot out and you want a cool drink, it's okay. And it's a party. So we get to have 2 ice cubes, not like a full glass full of ice where you're going to freeze your belly. And the thing about the ice in the belly is that it kind of dampens the digestive fire, which is not a great idea, especially if you're about to eat food or are having food alongside your drink. So what you'll find is that the 2 ice cubes are just enough to clink and look nice in the beginning, and then they're gonna melt away. So I'm gonna grab a couple ice cubes. Okay, so this is gonna be fun. 2 per glass, that's all you get, people. Unless maybe Amy down in Texas can have more ice. That would be okay. So we've got that. I like a little lime wedge myself on the side of the glass. So we're almost there. So we'll just cut little slices here. My knife is not that great. There we go. Make a little slice through the center. Put it on the side of the glass. We'll get it to hang there like that. There we go. Now we pour the cocktail over the ice cubes so you get that nice sound too. All the way to the top, folks. There we go. A little sprig of mint tucked amongst the ice. Don't you feel like you're at one of those fancy cocktail spots right now? Yes. All right. Did anybody else make one at home that I can see? If you did, please hold it up. Oh, Kate, nice. You got a good one there. Awesome. What else? Let me look at the second page here. Okay, just Kate. You guys are missing out. Lynn, I see you have a drink there. Awesome. You guys are missing out, but you can make it tomorrow. Now that you know how. All right, let me just clear this away. And we will have a toast together. Yeah. So we're toasting the release just on Tuesday of the Everyday Ayurveda Guide to Self-Care. Yay! I'll tell you a little bit about what's inside. Thank you. After our toast, Rich is going to come join us. My partner Rich, and he gets to be in the party all the time because he puts up with me while I'm working on books, which is not always that fun to be around. So let us please raise a glass of limeade sattvic water or a Cucument Mocktail. Cheers! Cheers!
Wow, that's good.
Wow. Hi, Evelyn.
Evelyn.
My goddaughter is here.
Hi.
Wow, this is delicious. Who made this recipe? Wow. I love that. That's very nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good for the summer months. I'm cooling off already.
Yeah, feeling better already. So as you sip your beverages, my friends, please allow me to read the reader's note to you. And that's like right in the beginning of the book, you find the author's note. And I always kind of slave away at this part of the writing because it is where I address the readers directly. And to me, writing books is a very lonely thing until I get to share it with readers. So all the time that I'm working on these books, I'm thinking about you guys. That's why it's so meaningful to have you here, because that's what brings it all full circle. It's like a yoga teacher with no students, you know, an author with no reader. So.
Hi, Scout.
Oh, unicorn, hi. Yeah. More than 20 years ago, I journeyed to India on a quest for self-knowledge. I wandered the subcontinent with a backpack, delving into Indian culture, Vedic philosophy, and yoga practice. It was my struggle with parasites that brought me to Ayurveda. The diet and lifestyle practices I learned from doctors in India became my path of self-reliant healing. In this guide to self-care, I offer a process based on my own experiments with Ayurvedic living for befriending your body and discovering how best to care for it. It's a unique journey to discover what works for you. The Launchpad is an ancient body of wisdom, the fruits of collected observations from thousands of years of human trial and error. Join me, dear reader, for a journey into self and into care. It's totally worth your time. This book offers a new way to think about your health and understand the cause and effect relationship between your body, your environment, and your lifestyle. Taking care of yourself is about maintaining good health through a steady practice of self-observation, of which Rich Ray is the master. Ayurveda works when you pay attention to yourself. The information you gain about what makes you glow is pure gold. Think about caring for plants and pets. You have to pay attention to them. Figure out what kind of food they like, how much sun and water they need, and how they react to changes. Everybody knows you have to walk a dog and water a plant, but how often? Does it change as they age or at different times of year as the amount of sunshine and the occurrence of rains shift? There's no judgment if a plant likes less sun or needs fresh soil, and there's no need to judge what makes you thrive, such as needing more rest than exercise or the other way around. There's true intimacy, acceptance, and joy in this kind of self-discovery. What is special about Ayurveda is the recognition of the central relationship between us and our environment. Human beings are microcosmic members of the macrocosm, and the laws that govern nature govern us as well. For example, waking with the sun and sleeping in the dark have beneficial effects on our health. Modern science is presently fleshing out the details of this phenomenon through the study of circadian rhythms and the effects these rhythms have on our mental well-being, hormones, digestion, and so on. Ayurveda also takes into account our human nature and the role our minds, emotions, and energies play in our health. There is a subtle reality inside of us that can't be seen or measured, but certainly has its effects. Ayurvedic science teaches the art of daily living, of being an integrated whole person among the needs of job, family, home, and the spiritual heart. It's absolutely possible for anyone to cultivate higher states of health and happiness through the Ayurvedic lifestyle. I've been observing the healing potential of this traditional medicine in all sorts of people, in all sorts of ways, for 20 years. Let's see what it can do for you. Thanks, guys. So when you signed up tonight, yay! I love actually to read my own writing. I actually wrote to my publisher and asked if I could do an audio book, but I don't know how you would do that. You know, I'd be like reading you the Cucument Mocktail recipe. I don't think it would work, but it reminds me of reading, you know, story time, that sort of thing. So when you signed up, you did get a coupon code for 25% off, not only this book, but all my books. So if you didn't already get it, you can order it straight from Shambhala and you'll get that discount. And if you want to gift the book, you already have it, or any of them, it's a great time to use that discount code and get a deal on these. And when you buy it straight from Shambhala, it's kind of better for everybody. It supports the publisher, it supports me. So this first book, Everyday Ayurveda Cookbook, this one you probably know. This is the seasonal guide. The second book, Calm, Clear Mind. This is where you find the information about Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, the energies that pull upon the mind, and the diet and lifestyle to support a sattvic state of mind. And in the new book, what you're going to get that you haven't got yet is talk about the doshas, talk about their locations in your body and their qualities. And I really want to help readers hone in a bit more on what qualities, what doshas are present in their bodies. And then I'm teaching how to choose the correct dinacharya and ritucharya, which is the daily routines, and how they might change seasonally for you, depending on the qualities that are showing up in your body. And then when you get to the last section, that's where you'll find the recipes. And these recipes are for things like making homemade aloe juice, things like teas and cough syrups and things for the colds, as well as herbal honeys, herbal ghees, herbal massage oils for your body. I think it will be really fun for everyone to kind of poke around in that section. And as usual, Kara's photos are just amazing. I kind of think this might be my favorite of the books so far, visual-wise, if I were to have to choose one. Kim, do you know where the discount code is living? Someone was asking if it could go in the chat.
I will see if I can locate it to put in the chat, but I think it came with the registration. So yeah, they could check their registration.
Go back into the email that you got when you signed up for the event. That's where you'll find it. I'm pretty sure it's Everyday Ayurveda, but I don't want to mess you up. So please check that out. And then it's shambhala.com. I can write that. That's the publisher. And they are great. They were in Boston and they moved to Boulder. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. It was so great to see you. I do invite you. I was like hiing to all of you who are writing in the chat. Yeah. Rebecca, why don't you, if you can't find it, why don't you reply to the email that you, from the Boston Ayurveda School or from Down Under Yoga, and then we'll know how to find you and hook you up with that.
Yeah, anyone can email us and we can send that to them for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you. I see all of you guys in the chat on the screen, and it means so much to me to be able to see you at this time. So I'm going to hand it over to Kim now, and I do invite you to stay and hear about what we're up to in Boston and online. So I know a lot of you are all over the place, so there's actually opportunities for you to study with us now from wherever you are. That's one of the good things that's coming from all this. So thank you so much for your time. And now I'm going to sit back and sip on my mocktail and hand it over to Kim.